October 1st, 2025. The winter arc has begun. But not for me, because this isn't a winter arc. This is the Road to 200 Pounds, Episode 2. I cannot believe I'm doing an Episode 2. That is, oh my gosh. If you guys ever done video editing, wow, it is a lot. Especially for someone that filmed so much content. Like, if you, for like the 5 of you that watched Episode 1, I am so sorry it was 30 minutes. Believe me, I could have made it a lot worse, but I didn't. I spared you. So you should be thanking. You actually know. You should be thanking me.
He was always full of himself, but
Better yet, this video, like, comment, subscribe as your way of thanking me for not subjecting you to more than 30 minutes of the road to 200 pounds. You people are just ungrateful, honestly. But this is episode 2. I'm going to be hitting arms today. Well, actually, no, I'm hitting one exercise. I am, in an effort to make things shorter, I'm only going to be doing one exercise, the coolest exercise, in my opinion, of each split of the day. Today it's arms. Going to be doing, I hope I can do a preacher curl. Barbell. Not exactly a barbell preacher curl. Some essence of a curl, because biceps, normally people would show really cool biceps. I don't have really cool biceps. I have a big-ish bicep. It's not really, it's no definition there. See, some might call this body dysmorphia, but body dysmorphia is only for people who look good, and I don't, but I will. I will. As someone who used to be a real people pleaser, I can understand the idea that saying no to someone is not the easiest thing to do. Frankly, saying no in general isn't always an easy thing to do. You know, you go around your life, you meet certain people, you're presented with opportunities where it feels like saying no means you're going to miss out on something important, especially when you see everyone else around you saying yes and they're having a good time. They're seemingly no consequences to anything that they're doing. And you're like, well, why can't that be me? Well, frankly, if there's one thing I want you guys to take away from anything I do, anything I say on this channel, it's that, frankly, all actions have consequences. And honestly, I think that in and of itself you can understand. You obviously understand actions have consequences. So yeah, you can understand even the most basic Christians, they're not even Christians, even the most basic people can understand. Getting drunk at a party has consequences. Sleeping around has consequences. Mouthing off on someone because they spilt your drink and throwing a punch has consequences. But, and this is going to sound blasphemous, but I promise there is a point to this. Denying yourself worldly vices and following Christ, there are consequences for that too. But the difference is in the kind of consequence that you're going to experience. Frankly, you live your life doing whatever the heck you want. Consequences are eventually, it's all going to amount to nothing. You think you're saving yourself from boredom. You think you're saving yourself from, not fitting in. But ultimately, everything that you do is going to amount to nothing. But denying yourself and making at the very least just making an effort to follow Christ. You don't have to be perfect in your walk with Christ. I get it. More importantly, God gets that. He understands that this world is filled, frankly, it's ruled by people who just live however they want to live. And both God and the devil understand how enticing that idea can be. The freedom of just being able to do whatever you want with seemingly no consequences. But there is no freedom in doing whatever you want. There is no freedom in not denying yourself whatever it is you think you want. I understand the freedom behind doing whatever you want, the freedom of saying yes to the worldly vices you're around. I understand I'm doxing myself when I say this, but I understand that frankly, it's enticing to say yes. But trust me when I say that it's a road that goes nowhere. It's a fruitless venture. You think you're saving your life, you think you're saving your own life, but ultimately you're just dooming yourself into something frankly shallow. There isn't freedom in doing whatever you want. There's just no meaning in it. That's the consequence of doing whatever you want. It's that ultimately whatever you do in the end is just going to be meaningless. But on the other hand, denying yourself worldly vices, making a true and genuine effort to just walk with Christ, to follow his teachings. Yes, the consequences are you will be labeled differently. People may not, frankly, they may not just like you as much. Might cuss you out. Heck, they might take swings at you. But in the end, there is a reward. Besides eternal life, besides salvation, your life, it has more meaning when you understand what is and isn't for you. Heck, you don't even have to understand it. God does. Look, you don't have to be perfect. But at the very least, you have to understand. To deny yourself is, frankly, to save yourself. And that ultimately will give you more freedom than you can possibly imagine. Okay, I actually found one. I actually found a preacher girl. God is so good. So I'm gonna go for 2 plates, 90, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Pretty standard stuff, honestly. Let the winter arc begin.
Hypocrite!
Yep. Now here I go again, see the crystal vision. I keep my vision to myself. Oh, Lord have mercy. Bad rep. We're doing it anyway. Damn. Okay, so you technically saw 10.5, but at least I hope it was 10.5. But mainly on these preacher curls, I try to focus on the lower range of motion. Like downward, like this range right here. But I don't know, something good about being able to go get the full range of motion. But didn't get 12, failed on the 11th rep, but could have been worse. Could have been worse. Okay, after that 10.5 rep, set 1, let's go for set 2. Last time I did this, I got 2 sets in and then barely failed the third set, so I figure as long as I might just do 8 reps on this one, kind of save enough energy for that third set, get more reps in. We'll see how this goes. That's 6. All right. Or rep, I mean. And I lost count. Hopefully that was 6. Screw it. Dang it. 10 and a half. I told myself I was going to do 8. I tried to go for 12. 10 and a half. And it's going to be annoying. 4 years of drinking energy drinks, and I still can't time out the energy drink consumption versus how long the effects will last. Because to be honest, that ghost energy drink I drank is really starting to wear off a bit. Starting to feel like I'm crashing. Hopefully I'm not, but you know what? If you're watching this and you've never had an energy drink, or you're trying to get into fitness and you see everyone else drinking energy drinks, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's going to be funny when I tell the rest of this. If you're thinking about diving into energy drinks, getting into that sort of culture, take it for someone who, if I'm going to call a spade on this channel, I'm just going to be fine and honest, someone with a caffeine addiction. I'm guilty. I'm not trying to work on it. I'm totally trying to work on it. That's Scout's honor, guys. Scout's honor.
Oh, that liar!
Honestly, there are pros and cons to it, frankly. Pros, you have more energy. Some energy drinks do taste good. Ghost Energy has a Welch grape flavor, grape juice. It has a grape juice flavor. You know what? I'm just gonna say it's gourmet. It's gourmet. It's phenomenal. You get more energy in the workout. As you can see, it's very professional. Very professional opinion here, but again, that's someone who's been drinking it for 4 years since high school. So the warning labels that say, please wait till you're 18 to drink this drink, to drink energy drinks. For the love of God, wait till you're 18. I started drinking energy drinks when I was, 16, 17, maybe more than 4 years. Wow, I'm old. I've been drinking energy drinks since, probably junior year, senior year-ish. And honestly, I've been doing it for so long that you really do build up a tolerance. I have had a stroke from drinking too many energy drinks. I mean, you start off with 200 milligrams a day, but once you build up that tolerance, you start going to 3, 4, 500. Max for me, PR and energy drink consumption is 700 milligrams. But you really feel terrible afterwards. It's not good for your heart too. You will feel, you're either going to feel like you're going to have a heart attack, or if you're unlucky, you're going to have a heart attack. You're going to have a stroke. So that's just, as an avid energy drink consumer, that's honestly the most basic, most important pros and cons I can give you about, doing the whole energy drink thing. Something you want to do, go for it. But not, don't feel pressure. I've seen tons of people, no free workout, no energy drinks, they go in. They've had better workouts than I do. So, when it comes to that, just try and make the smart. You don't have to make the right decision. Just make the smartest decision you can with what you do. All right, I can feel the pump wearing off, so time to hit the third set. I swear, if I go for more than 10 and a half, and I get to 10 and a half, I'm gonna lose. You're gonna see me doing this, and then you're gonna see the phone fly halfway across the gym. And I'm not just realizing I'm filming with the front camera instead of the back camera, so the quality is probably a lot worse than it should be. Well, it is what it is. Let's do it. Well, my mic died. Just filmed a bunch of stuff about caffeine drinks and whatnot, so I don't know what I've gotten. I don't know what point the mic tied out, but it is what it is. Filming with the back camera, or filming with the front instead of the back camera. Mic died. God knows when. These are just obstacles that God put in front of you to help teach you how to overcome, teach you how to adapt. Which is just my way of coping and trying not to rage at the fact that I'm messing up. But it's what it is. But certs that if I try to go for 11 or 12 reps and I get 10 and a half, you're going to see this phone fly across the room. Actually, now I'm trying to wait the mic. That's a bad rep.
Wait for it.
Oh my gosh, that's 11. I think. Did I lose count? Just one more. Nope. Since I might have lost count, and I was either 10 and a half or 11 and a half. Point is, I did it. Probably. Guess I'll see you guys after the workout. So I looked at the footage. Turns out my my mic didn't die.
Oh, shocker.
I don't know. Usually there's a green light. Means it's on. For some reason I didn't see the green light on the mic I was using, and I assumed that it died. I did not take that well, if I'm being honest. A couple of technical mishaps here. Not the worst case of technical failures I've experienced in the gym. And in fact, there's an entire episode of this series that you're not going to see because there were so many technical issues. And that time, I did not take those well. But I do feel convicted in these moments where, I experience these setbacks and I get frustrated. You see in the video, I get frustrated, but I kind of felt convicted when I was doing the rest of my workout. I just felt like, I just had to calm down. You take a second to reevaluate, assess the situation. You're going to realize that things aren't as bad as you initially saw it. And even if they are, you just move forward and you do what you got to do to keep going. There's a quote actually from John Cena: control the controllable. That's what I want to leave you guys with today. Just control the controllable. Still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this is a lot shorter of a vlog, and that's really all I have for you guys. God bless.